Good. Okay. Good. Now here's what I want you to do. You're doing really good. Okay. On this one, what I want you to do, when you set up right now, you got a really good setup. You got a good grip on the club. You've got a good base. I mean, your shoulder tilt's good. Your spine tilt's pretty good. It's good. But the issue you're doing right now is, as you're going to impact, you're sliding a little bit ahead of it.
Too much.
So you're going too much ahead of it. And now I like the way you're trying to keep your back foot on the ground. Yeah. You're doing a good job, and you're actually rolling it in, which is good. Okay. That's fine, keeping the heel down, but you're getting a little bit too far ahead of it. So now set up like you're gonna hit one. Okay. And I'm not going to leave it here when you hit, but if I put the club right here, and if I just touched your head right here and you swung, you shouldn't push the club ahead. Your head should actually go down and back. So I'm going to have you swing a real easy one, not holding your head, but just where you feel that. Good. So let's do that again. So set up. Now I'm going to leave the club here, and I'm going to have you hit one. Just nice and easy, hit one. There you go. That's it. That's much better. So notice, see how that foot even stayed down a little bit at a time? So, because if now, think about this. You got a shoulder plane here, okay? And you've got really good tilt in your shoulder plane, and your head's attached. If you turn it and go to impact, it's great. If you go forward, you're going to get ahead of that ball. Right. That shoulders, then that plane shifts forward, well, you'll see it in the head. So if you put it on video, and I know you've seen this, you circle your head, that head should drop down and back slightly. If it goes forward to that circle, you slid through it. Now, what you'll see in results is a little thin, little inconsistency, maybe a little block to the right. Does that make sense? So it's turning, getting the trail shoulder under, dropping the head. Your tendency is to go a little ahead of it. Have you seen that? Have you done that? Worked on that before?
I've felt it.
You felt it? Yeah. So do one more for me. And then this one I want you to hold. You just start, you set up here. Because here's what I'm going to look at. Because here's number one. Go ahead and set up. Love the lead arm above the trail. You're doing a great job there. You got the trail arm slightly relaxed. That's perfect. Grip. Phenomenal. I mean, that grip right now, V going to the trail shoulder, this V going to the name tag, great. I mean, we're stuff you've worked on a lot, but stuff that we're referring to, so that's fantastic. Right now, if you take this club head, it's right below your nose. So if you notice that club head being below your nose in an ideal setup, when you make impact, the head should be going down and back. If it goes ahead of it at all, it's shifted these shoulders forward. Okay. Now, this is really minor. You worked hard in this. This is really minor, but so I want you to focus right now, like if I touch this head, of that head going down and back at impact, which will also help you keep that foot down through impact. Remember, cause effect. That's the effect. This is the cause, right, of the shoulder shifting, okay? So give me another one for me. That was pure. Did you feel that?
That felt so good.
That felt good. It was good?
Holy smokes, Just because
Right. And again, if you film it, and I know you've seen this, but if you film it and you circle your head from a face on, you should see the head go down and back in the film, never ahead. And remember, the head is connected to the shoulders, and it's the movement of the shoulders that we're looking at, the sliding of the shoulders. We want them to go down and back, the trail shoulder to go under, not slide through. So it goes under.
It pulls it.
Right, it pulls the head down, it's down and back. So if I'm as an instructor, if I see his head go up, I know that's indicative the shoulder's getting ahead of it. So let's talk a couple minutes, because we're putting you on camera here kind of for a reason today, because you've taken a journey. You've taken a journey to your single plane golf, or the Moe Norman model. And you've done it for a while now. We've known you for a while. We've been working with you online for a while. And I'd like to tell the folks at home about the journey you've gone on. I know this may take a little bit, but kind of beginning to end, because I know, we just finished a school. We had 10 students at the school, and there's no question. Every one of my staff came up to me and said, you need to go see his swing. I mean, it's looking good. I would actually say right now that if you looked at all the students in this school, you were by far the one that we were tweaking. If there's such thing as tweaking, there was no rebuild here. Most students we see in this school, we're starting and we're building and we're working up. We're really building. We were kind of tweaking. And my staff came to me and said, you need to hear his story. And so we got you on camera. Let's talk about your story. How did you start into this? How did you get to where you are today?
Well, thank you. Thank you for those compliments. A year ago, I found the single plane swing. I believe it was online, YouTube. The Moe Norman story and Todd. And about how it helps the body. Being over 60, my body is deteriorating.
So you had some body issues, or was it just kind of general?
No, it's arthritic knees and hips and back and things, and and the conventional swing I've played all my life, recreationally, and just hurt. The older I got, the more it hurt, and it wasn't fun. Struggled. I was bogey, double bogey golf, blow up hole golf.
Right.
You know.
We talked about that when you first came to school about the BUHs, the blow up holes. You have a few of those. Those are your old golf. Yeah.
And you know, enjoyed playing with friends and things like that, but was never really happy with the game. You know, I invested in some clubs about a year and a half ago online, and I mean, they were okay. They were a lot better than what I had, but it still didn't improve much. And then off and on through single plane swing, that just, you know, it didn't work. And so I just said to my wife, you know, able to afford some clubs now and get serious about golf. I sent in the measurements.
The fittings to me.
The fittings to you and stuff. And then Wes called me. And he said, how can we help? Do we see this? Do you want to get some clubs? I said, I just wanted to start, you know, with the training age. I saw the Feeling of Greatness Club. And got that and got the board and started swinging. And
was it the issues with the body that attracted you to single plane? Is that what originally attracted you? Because you wanted to protect the body. Okay. So right now,
and it made sense. One plane.
You thought that, so that made sense. Right.
Iron Byron.
Seems simple. I love that. Here's the second thing right now. If you were talking to somebody there, so if you're talking to somebody at home, and they were saying they're same age as us, so same age as you. Okay, so over 50, maybe over 60, body issues or not. And you're telling them why they should do single plane. They're just asking you, you know, hey, Tim said that you're pretty good at this right now. You know, he's pretty impressed with what you're doing so far. Why would you tell them to pick single plane over what they're doing already? Why would you tell them?
Because it's easier, and the longevity in golf is a no-brainer.
Yeah. Now, you said you played golf quite a while, didn't you? What was the difference between what you did in the past and what you do now single plane? What was the biggest difference? Because obviously, if you'd had a lot of success what you did in the past, you'd have probably stuck with it. I mean, we talked to our students about what was the biggest difference?
The actual setup. You know, and the torquing of the back and things like that. Just, you know, I shared with the class a few weeks ago. I played 27 holes. I was tired, but I didn't hurt so much.
There's, you know, I always talk about this in schools. There's golfer A and golfer B. Golfer A is the guy who wants to just hit the ball better at the range, and he really cares what's just going on the range. Golfer B is the guy who wants to do that, but also wants to score better, or wants to see improvement on the golf course. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Well, let's describe that for me. What have you seen?
I used to be double bogey golf. Lucky if I got a par. Now I'm, unless there's a blow-up hole, I pretty much can par or birdies, more birdies than pars, and even I've had a couple of eagles.
Really?
And I got a 260-yard drive before. Never done that into the wind.
The whole world wants to be like you
into
now.
The wind. Into the wind. It was just like 18th hole, so I was tired, and so I had to do it exactly right, and I happened to do it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, there's progress.
Did you keep a handicap before, during, or did you do any of this? No. Okay. What would you say before? So let's for the people at home, before you started single plane, what would you say your average score was? I mean, if you did that.
Oh, in the 90s.
90s. Okay. Yeah. Now, if you went and played golf, what would your average score be? Do you think?
Probably in the 80s. I've probably taken 10 shots off.
Wow. So you're taking 10 shots. That's big. That's big. So you literally probably went from a 20, 25 handicap to maybe a 10 to 15 handicap.
I hope so.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's great, because, you know, here's what's interesting. You know, the United States Golf Association will say after 3 years of golf, doesn't matter when you start, that you pretty much topped off your handicap. You're not getting any better, and we totally disagree with that.
Yeah.
So you're kind of a walking, talking proof of that, because you played quite a bit of golf. We're shooting in the 90s. Now you're doing single plane. You've been working with us for a year, maybe a little bit, a year plus, and you're already shooting in the 80s. So tell me where you think you can go with it.
Oh, I have a joke.
Okay.
I can shoot 72 on a par 3 course.
Okay.
Break 80 on a par 3 course. Okay. I know I can get in the 70s.
Okay. Well, you know, part of our gold program, and you see this now, is we rate the rounds. We'll sit there and have you track, and we help you, like how many fairways you hit, how many greens you hit, and you started that, and how many putts you have. Have you seen improvement there yet, or have you watched a little bit of that?
Yeah, that's how I remember I got a 260-yard drive.
So you're starting to track that. Because, you know, as you know, we can actually say your drive equates to a scratch play, or your number of fairways equates to a 20 handicap, whatever it is, and we can tell you where to focus your game. Think that'll help you?
Yes.
Okay, that's big. Yeah. Well, just taking 10 shots off the handicap is big. I mean, or 10 shots off the score is big.
I hope so.
I will tell you right now, very few people in golf, when they get over 30 or 40 years of age, see that dramatic of an improvement.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing that now, and you're actually over 60 years of age. And as we believe, it won't end.
Yeah.
It won't end. And so you're able to track the game, follow that gold program. You believe that?
Yeah. I'm hitting more fairways. I'm getting better at up and down.
Okay.
Not a lot, but getting there. I'm out of the bunker better.
Nice. Putting better?
Yeah.
Good. Very nice.
Yeah.
So I love it. So that we'll with that gold program, we'll rate, we'll find out, we'll track that. We'll tell you where the strengths and weaknesses are. Obviously, work on your swing, but then we can improve the scoring of the game. Because that player B, I mean, it's nice to hit the ball better, but when you go out there and you want to play better, it's all about that. It's about that score, not making those blow up holes. We talked about those BUHs.
Yep.
So
I didn't go onto the range for like 3 weeks.
Awesome.
I was just around the greens.
Awesome.
Putting, 3 hours. Are you going to come home yet? I just took the short game seriously, and then I would take out the Feeling of Greatness club onto the range and just hit a small bucket, just kind of get that process, build it that way, and then the putter, got the triple track putter and the balls and stuff like that.
So number one, you kept taking excuses out of the bag. So you had stuff that fit you perfect, and then you were getting more and more into the system.
Right.
Now, so you obviously send your fittings, so you looked at getting some clubs that fit the system, and then you got a hold of Wes. Wes is one of my assistants. He's a PGA professional that will just help you walk down the path.
Yeah.
And then you started going into it. So where'd you go from there?
Well, I got the Callaway clubs and got a silver membership.
Right. Okay.
And got that going, and then
so now you had access to all our instruction.
Yeah.
So now it's
silver,
almost overwhelming.
Online.
It's a lot of instruction.
Holy smokes! My wife said, "Are you watching that again?" There's another webinar. Yeah, dear. Yeah. Study and go. Yeah. Let's go. So then talked to Wes and just really made the jump to gold.
Okay.
And
how long ago was that when you shifted to the gold program?
About the end of February.
Okay, so it's been a few months. Now, one of the big responses we get is the perception versus reality is what we think. It's what the guy thinks they're doing versus what they're really doing. You want to talk? I see you talk about that for a second.
It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Seeing, I did a full swing and I saw the head sway, and I said, do I really want to? I'm deleting more videos than I finally got one that I send in.
Okay.
So.
And tell me about the response you get from my instructors.
It was like within a couple of days, and it was just so friendly, so encouraging. You're looking good. You're starting to get it.
Right.
Tweak this, do this, adjust that.
Right.
And it was
we have a lot
nice.
of pride in the fact that every time somebody sends in a video in the gold program, we try to give them at least 2 to 3 things to work on.
Yeah.
And we'll do it by sending a video back, saying, through the phone or through the smart apparatus, saying, go work on this. We'll send you an email. We'll even call you if we got to.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. What works for the person the best. And that helped you a lot?
Yes.
Yeah, because I say that almost as a loaded question because I'm watching you out here. I know it helped you a lot because you're doing really, really, really well.
Thank you. Okay? Yeah, I know there's a lot of work to do, but I love the school this weekend that showed how everything is connected together. The putting to the chipping and how the hands down the line, it all builds, and I can't wait to.
So why a school? Why did you want to come to a school? What was the reason you came to we just finished up a 3-day school. Why did you come to the 3-day school?
To make sure I was doing it right.
Okay.
To verify that I had the positions and to get whatever adjustments I needed.
So truly, it's really the first, this is what's interesting to me, it's truly the first hands-on experience we've had where we've grabbed you, we've moved you, we've twisted you, because up to this point it was always through video or from a distance. Right now this is the first hands-on. Did you get what you expected in the school? Or did you, Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Blade, and James, he tweaked my shoulders.
Right.
That was really the only hands-on.
Okay.
And when you helped me with my lead hand in the putting.
Right, get it
wrist.
forward.
So
we got to actually.
Everything else was just move your head back a little bit.
Right. So it's really tweaking. That's what he said. It's amazing. We're very impressed as the instruction you did on your own. Now it was through video with us, but it was always from a distance.
Right.
Now you live in Colorado, so you were 500 to 700 miles from us every time you send in a video, and all of a sudden you get to see us in person, and we're watching some incredible improvement up to this point. And now hopefully we can tweak it some more. So all right. Well, hit one or two more for me.
Okay.
Now when we talk about this all the time, you're working on one thing at a time, aren't you?
Yeah.
One thing at a time, you have to. You can tell you do that.
Yeah.
That's great. We see that, to me, that shot right there to me is that you take that to scratch golf.
Oh.
That with a decent short game, you could get to scratch golf. Like that was dead straight.
Yeah.
That could have been more dead straight with good distance and solidness of hit. So, you know, you're going to continually work on it, but, you know, we watch, when we see what's going on here, we know what 20 handicappers, how they hit, 10 handicappers, how they, and so on. That's scratch golf with the good short game.
Yeah.
You believe that?
That's my goal, is to
like
be better at that, because I can always go find it.
Right.
It's 100 yards in that you got to improve.
So I mean, that's where the scoring part is. But the beauty of that, and, you know, that's, people ask me this a lot. They say, what is your goal for a student? And I always tell them this. My goal is that you develop a sound, repeatable swing of ease that you can now manage the golf course, and it gives you time to work on the scoring part of the game, which is now the short game. Because too many people fight the long game for so long that they never get time to work on the scoring part of the game. So you develop a swing that you don't lose golf balls, that you can keep it in play. And then you see, have you seen that?
Yeah.
And you can keep it in play, and then we can go work on the scoring part. Well, it's great meeting you. Thank you for that time. Thank you for coming to school, and thank you for sharing it with the people at home. I know if we could get all our students to follow the path you're following, I think not only for us, it obviously helps us, but it makes this game so much more enjoyable for them. And I love the fact that I'll see you again, and we'll just see more improvement because you're doing it right.
Thank you.
So thank you for the time.
Appreciate your passion to teach.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. Thanks.